Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Guided by Jesus here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. And for today's episode, as you guys can see, we did get first place in this tournament, and it was using this deck right here. It's the free-to-play deck, no legendary deck that I featured in the last video. And so I wanted to show you guys how this deck could do in tournaments. So as you guys know, in tournaments there is a level cap. Common cards are capped at level 9, rare cards are capped at level 7, epic cards are capped at level 4, and legendaries are capped at level 1. So I'm going to show you guys two different replays on this video, and it will be against the players that I versed that had the highest trophy count at the time. And I just wanted to point out that I did play this tournament while I was at work. And so every here and there I would get distracted, have to answer the phone and whatnot, and I still managed to come into first place, even though I did lose. I believe it was 2 matches, and those 2 matches, not to give an excuse or anything, but I did have to answer the phone, and it's pretty hard. I lost concentration, lost focus. Maybe it were matches that I could have tied, or maybe even won had I not been distracted. So here, as you guys can see, like I told you before, especially if I don't have a good starting hand, I like to just wait for my opponent to make the first move, so that way I can test his deck and also just defend first, and then know a better way of moving forward. And so here I did place the Inferno Tower to take down his Hog Rider. Now that I'm at 10 elixir, I'll go ahead and place my Hog Rider down here. And here I'll use the Fireball, because not only am I going to take down his Skeleton Bomber, I also did damage to the tower. And as you guys can see here, his Musketeer wasn't even able to take a single shot off at my tower. So that was a great value Fireball right there. I'll place my Musketeer here behind the tower, so that way by the time his Witch makes it to my side, my tower can target his Witch while my Musketeer does as well. Place the Mini P.E.K.K.A there to take care of the Witch. Goblin Barrel down the back, so he does have arrows. I haven't seen Zap from him yet, so that might actually be very good, because now I can place the Skeleton Army here, and he doesn't really have anything to take it down. He was forced to use the Skeleton Bomber there, but my Musketeer was able to take down his Skeleton Bomber, so that was pretty good. Now I'll use the Hog Rider. Hopefully that can get 2 or 3 hits down. It got 2 hits, so now my Musketeer, being behind the tower here, will be protected by the tower. We'll have the tower's help. Mini P.E.K.K.A to take down his Musketeer. Goblin Barrel once again here, and now that he used the arrows, I know that I'll be able to use my Skeleton Army. However, I don't see a really good opportunity to use the Skeleton Army at this point, but that is something that I'm watching out for. That is something that I will use, because you have to really study your opponent's deck. So there it is. That's the Skeleton Army right there. Fortunately, he does counter it well with the Skeleton Bomber, but because his Skeleton Bomber is very low in HP, it's a card that is not very tanky. My Musketeer was able to quickly take him down, so his Skeleton Bomber, though it was able to take down my Skeleton Army, it was not of great value, because it was almost like a trade there. He didn't really, his Skeleton Bomber didn't survive, so I was able to inflict more damage to the tower. So here it is, Skeleton Army again. I'm just taking advantage of this. I see that he only has one thing, which is the arrows, and he was trying to save it for the Goblin Barrel. So that's really crucial, guys. When playing, you have to try to understand your opponent's deck and understand its weakness, so that you know how to play on top of your opponent's weakness. That's really important in this game. So here is game number 2. Monty here was in first place when I played him, and so I was able to take a lot of trophies at the end of this match, and that, I believe it was this match that got me to first place. And then all I had to do is play a couple more matches, and just maintain first place. So here I chose to fireball. Not sure why I did that. I believe I did that so that my musketeer could just take down that ice wizard with one shot. However, the fact that he placed his bowler down didn't really help me at all. So here, half of my skeleton is going to help the tower take down that miner. Not a really bad start, even though it wasn't the start I was hoping for. At least we were pretty even in terms of damage here to the tower. I was expecting his ice wizard to target my musketeer there and not do more damage to the tower. So here I'm studying the best way of taking down that princess. Usually I like to place the musketeer here by the river, in which it will target the princess, but at the same time go ahead and move into the side that I wanted to move to. So here I'll just go ahead and zap this skeleton army. We are still pretty even here in damage to the tower, even though I damaged both of his towers, so that's good. It's still pretty early into the game, so this is the kind of game that we might have to take down 2 towers in order to win. So it's looking pretty good. Skeleton army here, let's see how he's gonna counter that ice wizard. That's a really good counter against the skeleton army. And so I'll just go ahead here and place down my inferno tower to try to build a stronger push here for next time. He does use the mega minion there at the middle, which my inferno tower was able to target. I'll zap his skeleton army here, and now I'm going to try to make a push here on the left side, comboing the hog rider with the goblin barrel. His bowler does target my hog rider, allowing my goblin barrel goblins to do a couple of damage to his tower. We're still pretty even here, both towers at 700 HP. I do zap that skeleton army. I do place the mini P.E.K.K.A there in advance so that his miner doesn't target my tower, and that was very important because it spared 200 HP easily, and that was what allowed us to win the game, guys. So very good game here, very close. In case he did take down my tower, I would have the advantage still, only because his other tower was at 1200 damage, 1200 HP, while my tower was still at 2000 and something HP. So those were the 2 top game, guys. As you guys can see, it is possible to get first place in tournaments with this deck. It's a free to play deck, no legendaries, and like I said, I was playing at work. I did get distracted every here and there, so if I was able to get first place with this deck, you guys should be able to as well. Just, you know, try it out, practice, understand how it works a little bit, and eventually you guys should be able to do this as well, no problem. And not to mention that my skeleton army and my goblin barrel are only level 3, so if you guys do manage to get yours to level 4, that should be even better. So let's open this first place chest here. A couple of gold, 1 cannon, 8 mortars, 2 giants, and 14 minions. So not the best here, but we'll take it. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed it and if it helped you out, and of course subscribe for more Clash Royale content.